Hello and welcome to Gondor Calls for Ale, episode 84. I am, of course, Sam Gallagher.
And I am Ben Gallagher.
We've had some technical difficulties to start with, and so I'm not really sure. I'm not rolling as smoothly as I often would
Yeah,
like,
you
Ben.
threw me off there,
I
Sam. That's
know.
not how you start the podcast
I
episodes.
know. Well, it's all the extra recording, extracurriculars that we've been doing
Yeah, yeah,
that
that's how
have.
you start the battle reports off.
Yeah. That's right. Well, it'll be a non-standard intro to keep you all on your toes and proves that we don't just do it once and edit in different numbers. All right, Ben. Well, let's get back on track into some actual Gondor calls for ale content, which of course is the ale, Ben. So, what are you drinking for this evening?
Well, Sam, I have myself a Southron Summer Ale.
Mmm.
This golden beer has delicious, tasty notes of Serpent Riders, Farharad, and Abacan Merchant Guard.
Oh, very good. Very good.
What about you, Sam? What are you drinking for this episode?
Well, Ben, I'm having a Baggins barrel aged brown, and unassuming at first until it disappears without warning. So,
Delicious, delicious.
all right, with those cracked open and confusion already reigning supreme here at Gondor Calls for Ale, I think we can jump into what we're talking about, what we're going to talk about. Ben, so would you like to talk about what we're going to talk about?
Oh, I would love to talk about talking about what we're going to talk about.
Perfect.
So, this episode, we're going to be chatting about the Evil Legacy profiles released by Games Workshop. We're going to be giving our thoughts, feelings, opinions about them as we run through those profiles. But before we get into that, before we dive on into that, we have some army list submissions from our Patreons and some sweet, sweet hobbies submissions from our Patreons as well. And not just patrons, our Discord community. Anyone and everyone is open to submit over on our Discord. So we're going to check those out first.
Yeah, so we'll go through those, go through some army lists, go through some hobby photos. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, if you'd like to have us proudly display your brilliant army building or your excellent hobbying of any variety, definitely consider joining our Discord server. There's a link in the description of wherever you're listening to or viewing this episode. You can jump on, and usually most of the time before we release an episode, one of either Ben or I put out a call on there saying, hey, if you want to share something, post it in this channel. So I think without any further ado, Ben, perhaps no more gilding or Lily, we can move on into the slideshow. Let's see what you got.
All right, all right. So we're going to kick it off. I've just got one armor list to share today, Sam. I had
Okay.
another one, but there was a formatting issue because of the number of warband entries, and it didn't fit well. It didn't fit well into the presentation. There were too many hobbitses. Suffice to say, it was 800 points, and there were 42 bows, hobbits and rangers. Battle of Gladden Fields.
No,
Very
Greenfields.
scary armor, I think. But here we have the Halls of Thranduil. Sam, you want to read that out for me?
Sure. So we've got the Halls of Thranduil, as some people also pronounce it.
That's why.
700, and I assume this is 750 points, or it's for a very specific 748 point event, which is perfectly nailed. So 748 points, 33 models, 12 bows, and 6 might. We've got Thranduil, King of the Woodland Realm. He's got heavy armor. In his warband, there are 6 Wood Elf Sentinels, nice. 11 Mirkwood Elf Warriors with Elven Glaive, and 1 Palace Guard with Shield and Elven Spear. And then we have Legolas Greenleaf, Prince of Mirkwood. He's got an Elven Cloak, 5 Wood Elf Sentinels in his warband, and 8 Mirkwood Elf Warriors with Glaive. So 11 Sentinels. What do the Sentinels do?
They've got the songs, right, so they can move
Right.
you around.
Is it? It's basically just for Eldrigar Madrigal or whatever it is,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is the take a. I assume it's now an intelligence test. Or get
yeah.
moved around, and obviously I think they all have bows as well. So
Yep, yep, yep. I believe they've also all got elven cloaks.
12 bows. Legolas has also got a bow. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's actually, I mean, it's pretty scary list. You know, I think once you get into combat with it will disappear pretty quickly because it's low defense, but it's going to do some damage to you on the way in, and then just disperse your army all over the place with all those intelligence tests.
Yeah, I mean, also the Elven Glaives are really good now. So
Yep. What do they do now?
there you can either choose to roll 2 dice I think they may still count as a spear. I'm not sure about that, but they can definitely. You either get 2 dice on the dual roll or 1 dice on the dual and 2 on the strike, so you get to choose.
Oh,
So
nice.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you're like, yeah, I kind of want to shield and maybe I'll do some damage, or you're like, yeah, I want to like really have a go for doing some damage.
Very cool.
Um,
Yeah, fun, different sort of list.
yeah, interesting. It's a lot of Sentinels. Jeez,
Right, right.
the whole band. It's a couple elven rock bands, I think, is what that is.
Yeah, it's the where are you going and what are you doing with
Yeah.
beards all a wagging.
Yeah, well, that's Rivendell.
I know, but you can't do this in Rivendell, so it's as close as you can get.
True. All right,
Fa la 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 lolly way down in the valley. Fa
yeah,
fa la
yeah.
la lally way down in the valley.
Something like that.
In June.
Yeah, in
All right.
June. So good. I have a beer to that tune. In fact, I almost had
Yeah,
used it this
I
evening.
remember. All right, so that was our army list.
Your ponies do in fact need shoeing, Ben. I've often said that about them.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got some hobby submissions here. We got a sweet Denethor and a well loved workbench too. You can tell it's a serious hobby bench.
Yeah, a nice old metal Denethor, still a great sculpt for sure. I like it.
I like the blue. I think
Yeah.
it's just a little different than the classic black.
Yeah,
It looks pretty grumpy. It looks pretty grumpy. Classic Denethor.
Yeah. Looks.
And this is just so cool. This is a Theoden conversion where he's been cut up and reposed to be just from a different shot from the film. A specific shot is in mind from the film. I think it's a really nicely done, and it's a tricky model to repose. I think so.
Yeah, the plastic heroes are really awesome, but they require some serious work to get them to look any sort of different. Very cool.
Yeah, I thought this. I really hope we get to see pictures of this all painted up. If we do, I'll definitely share them onto the podcast because it's just so nicely done. I love it. Really captures the spirit of Theoden, I think.
Yeah, he looks like he's screaming death or getting ready to ride. Ting 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 ting.
Ding 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 ding.
It's a good thing his
Put a
sword
notch
isn't
in everyone's
razor
sword
sharp.
for them.
All right, and important.
There we have it, Sam.
All right, nice short one for this time through, which is perfect because as we established during the good profiles, it takes quite a while to go through and do all of these, and the evil ones there are more of. This is the time, but it's both good and bad for evil, right? There are way more legacy profiles for evil, which is exciting because for once they're getting more stuff. Usually, good guys get more stuff. But it's also sad because that means more of their stuff went to legacy.
More of their stuff went to the legacy. Maybe we'll get more cooler evil stuff.
Yeah. All right, can you desist from presenting? Thank you. And now we'll just talk through this to make it harder to edit.
I do like the legacy profiles. The evil's got some fun stuff. I'm glad that we get to go through it.
Yeah. All right. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I surely am.
Perfect.
If you're seeing a list of profiles,
I am. That's now slowly scrolling away. All right. Perfect. So, let's get into it. Steady. All right. So we've got the first profile up. Ben, would you like to give us the first profile?
Yes, I shall indeed. It is Kamul the Easterling for 130 points. He's a ring wraith. So we've got a movement value of 6, fight 5, shoot value 4+, strength 4, defense 8, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 4+, intelligence 5+, 2 might, 12 will, 2 fate. He's a spirit and a ring wraith. Factions Mordor and Easterlings, and he is a unique hero, of course. He comes with heavy armor and a hand weapon. He's got access to heroic challenge, channeling, and strike. You have a horse for 20 points. He's got Harbinger of Evil, 12 inches, Terror, and of course the Will of Evil, and his own special rule, Spirit Leech. Each time Kamul slays an enemy model in combat, he may immediately regain a single will point spent earlier in the battle. Additionally, at the start of the fight phase, before the declare heroic action step, Kamul may spend a point of will to increase his fight value, strength, or attacks by 1 until the end of the turn. Note that this will only affect Kamul, not any mount he's riding. Very cool. I like that.
Do you want to read it?
He has access to Black Dart on a 4+.
Well, that's Blade Wrath.
Sorry,
But...
Blade Wrath on a 4+. Compel on a 4+. Transfix on a 4+. Drain Courage on a 5. Black Dart on a 6. And Instill Fear on a 6. And he can be taken in Legions of Mordor, Army of the Great Eye, the Easterlings, and the Grand Army of the South. Nice. All right, there we go. Kamul the Eastling. Thoughts and feelings, Sam?
Yeah, cool. It's kind of a shame that, it means that if you... His Spirit Leech is nice that he can get will back, but get it, you already lose a point of will because you're in combat, and then if you use his second... if you use the second part of the ability, you're losing 2 will, so you're probably putting it on attacks and hoping to kill multiple models.
Yeah, that's what I was
until the end of until the end phase of the turn. So that's nice, at least. So you can increase his attacks. Let's say call a heroic combat, kill a model or 2, go into more, and you continue to increase his attacks. I do think he really wishes he could take a Foul Beast, which he can't. He's only got the option for a horse. But Kamul, always cool. Nice he's got Strike. Cool he's got Blade Wrath. That's reroll.
Yeah, is that new? Did he always have Blade Wrath?
No,
that's cool.
That's new.
Especially, again, like you said, getting will back. If you're going to call a heroic combat, let's go like Blade Wrath +1 attack. Just side through some people. Sounds like a good fun.
Is Blade Wrath strength 6, right? It makes you strike at strength 6, or is it reroll wounds?
I have no idea. I just know it makes you kill things better.
Oh, well, helpful. Okay, move on from Kamul the Eastling. We're going to go into the Tainted for 130 points as well. He has the exact same stat line as Kamul, except I believe his Courage is 1 better. His Intelligence is 1 better, sorry. There's Courage 4+, Intelligence 4+. He's got 2 Might, 14 Will, so 2 more Will, and 2 Fate. He's got the relevant keywords: Heavy Armor and Hand Weapon, Heroic Channeling for the only action he has. He's got a horse. He's got Harbinger of Evil 12, Terror, Will of Evil, and he's got a Miasmic Presence at the start of the move phase before declare heroic action steps. The Tainted may spend a single point of will to use a special rule. If he does, until the end of the turn, all warrior models, both friendly and enemy within 6 inches of the Tainted, may not benefit from the stand fast rule, nor take part in any heroic actions. Wow, that's pretty cool. Seeping Decay at the start of the fight phase before declare heroic action steps. Roll a d6 for every non-spirit model in base contact with the Tainted, both friendly and enemy. On the roll of a natural 6, it immediately suffers a wound. If the model in base contact is a cavalry model, then both the Mountain Rider are rolled for separately. If after the special rule has been resolved, the Tainted is no longer in base contact with enemy models, he will not count as being engaged in combat for the turn unless subsequently charged as the result of a heroic combat. That's pretty cool too. And then he's got magic powers of Compel, range 12, cast on the 3+, Transfix, range 12 on the 3+, Drain Courage on a 4, Black Dart on a 5, Wither on a 5, and Instill Fear on a 6. He can be taken Legions of Mordor, Army of the Great Eye, and Host of the Witch King. Thoughts, feelings?
I think he's cool. It's kind of nice. He's got 2 more will. He's got some, he got more things. The thing about Kamul, right? He's got 14 will, and he's got these. Yeah, he can get some back.
12 will, I think.
But having the extra 2 feels nice.
Yeah, Kamul has 12 will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So having the extra will on the Tainted feels nice, because it feels like you can get a little more mileage out of some of his special rules, and the fact that he's a better spellcaster, so you don't need to throw as many dice at spells.
Yeah, I mean, Miasmic Presence is definitely super cool. If somebody piles a bunch of warriors in and goes for an obvious heroic combat, you can just roll up, spend a point of will. Before... no, so they know beforehand. But still cool. Seeping Decay definitely could be cool. I think he's cool.
Reporting back, Sam, Blade Wrath, it makes you strength 6.
That's what I thought, okay.
All right, onwards. Another Ring Wraith, another 130-point Ring Wraith, the Dwemer Lake. The exact same the exact same stat block. He is Intelligence 5. He's got 0 Might, 16 Will, and 2 Fate. Spirit, Ringwraith, Mordor, and Angmar. Comes with heavy armor and a two-handed weapon. Ooh, so he's always two-handing. Interesting. Has access to heroic channeling and can have a horse for 20 points. Harbinger of Evil, Terror, Will of Evil. His special rule is Sap Fortitude. At the beginning of the move phase, before the declare heroic action step, the Dwimmerlake may spend a point of will to use this special rule. If he does, then until the end phase of the turn, whenever an enemy hero model within 6 inches of the Dwimmerlake declares a heroic action, they must take an intelligence test. If the test has failed, the action is immediately cancelled. The might point spent is lost. He's got access to Compel on a 3+, Transfix on a 3+, Curse on a 4+, Drain Courage on a 4+, Black Dart on a 5, and Instill Fear on a 6. He can be taken in the Legions of Mordor, the Army of the Great Eye, and the Host of the Witch King. And he's a Hero of Valor. I think the other two, we didn't say that, the other two are also Heroes of Valor.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's definitely, I think that's a lot worse than it used to be. I think it used to just on the 4+.
On a 4+, it got cancelled. Yeah.
What you really want here is you want to be able. You wish his like additional spell, because it seems like they all have the same 5 spells and they get 1 additional one. You really want him
Fog
to be
of Disarray. Where is Fog of Disarray?
Yeah. Maybe there's another Ringwraith that can be included in the army that has that. That would be cool for sure.
Yeah, I immediately first thought is it's better against evil.
Yes. Yeah. But even then, they're not like that unintelligent. You know, the average dice are gonna pass. Don't use him against Ben. Is all I can say. All right, moving on. We've got the Dark Marshal for 130 points. He is Fight 6, which is different from the others. Intelligence and Courage 4+. He's got 2. The other stats we're just not reading because they're all the same. We'll give you the updated any changes from the sort of Kamul stat line. Basically, he's got 2 might, 14 will, 2 fate, heavy armor and hand weapon, heroic channeling. He can take a horse, harbinger of evil, terror, will of evil. He's got rule through fear at the start of the fight phase. So before his goes off at the start of the fight phase. You can spend a point of will. If he does until the end phase, friendly warrior models treat the Dark Marshal as a banner with the range of 6. Definitely pretty cool. He's got Aura of Command, 3+, Compel, 3+, Transfix, 3+, Drain Courage, 4+, Black Dart, 5+, and Instill Fear, 6+. Legions of Mordor and Army of the Great Eye. Aura of Command, is that auto-pass courage tests?
Maybe?
Look it up. I think that's what it used to. If that's what it...
Aura of Command targets the caster whilst his power is in effect. The caster and all friendly models within 6 inches of them automatically pass all courage tests they're required to make. That's really nice for evil.
Yeah. That's like... I mean, I guess it's Fury, but it's Fury on a 3+ on a Ringwraith.
And it is still Exhaustion.
Right. Which Fury is as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I guess Fury is usually always keyword associated. This is just everyone, which in Legions of Mordor and Army of the Great Eye, you can take them all. He's really good. He's also got the two more will. You kind of wish he had it, and he's Fight 6. You wish he could strike, but yeah, Dark Marshal, best one so far, I'd say. I
actually kind of like Kamul. I think he's fun.
I think he's fun. I think if you were to rank them competitively,
this does seem good. The 6-inch banner is definitely nice.
I think, Ben, now's the perfect time to bring up our Patreon, because if you want, speaking of random rankings, if you would like to hear some random rankings of both magic weapons and magical steed or named steeds, you can look no further than the Gondor Calls for Ale Patreon, where we rank all kinds of useful things to be ranked. And I bring this up because we should do a ranking of the named Ringwraiths.
We absolutely should.
But yeah, definitely consider checking out our Patreon. There's going to be a link wherever you're listening to or watching this episode. It helps us out. We've been releasing some cool half pints. You can get yourself some cool, sweet custom Gondor Calls for Ale dice and all manner of other things. Mostly you can weigh in on what you want to hear us ramble about.
And it really helps us out. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
Thank you for those of you who have.
All right. Well, with that shameless plug out of the way, Ben, into the Shadow Lord.
All right, the Shadow Lord, 130 points as per usual. His stat block, ooh, he's not quite the same. He's not as brave. He's only courage 5 plus, but he is intelligence 4 plus.
And
2
he's
might,
fight 5 is the other thing.
5/5, but that's the standard. That's the
Sure,
standard.
sure, yeah.
Dark Marshal taking it a step above.
Yeah.
All right, 2 might, 14 will, 2 fate, heavy armor and a hand weapon, heroic channeling for his actions. Obviously, a horse for 20 points. Harbinger of Evil, Will of Terror. Terror, Will of Evil. All right, his special rule is the Pall of Darkness.
That's same.
At the start of the move phase, before heroic actions, the Shadow Lord may spend a point of will to use this special rule. If he does, until the end phase of the turn, shooting attacks that target the Shadow Lord or any model within 6 inches of him will only ever hit on a roll of a 6+. All right, so Evil, Blinding Light, Blinding Darkness. Nice. He has Compel on a 3+. Fog of Disarray, there it is, Sam.
It is Fog of Disarray, that's the intelligence one?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, Fog of Disarray. But he cannot be taken in. He's only Mordor. Doesn't have the Angmar keyword, which the other one did. So Compel, Fog of Disarray, both on a 3+, Transfix on a 3+, Drain Courage on a 4, Black Dart on a 5, and Instill Fear on a 6. Wow, all of them have Instill Fear on a 6. Is it really that scary that it just has to go off on a 6?
It's definitely different than... It's way cooler than it was, but I don't remember what it does anymore.
It makes everyone within the bubble fearful.
Yeah.
So you have to potentially take 2 terror tests.
Yeah. Doesn't seem great, but sure.
I didn't think so when I ran into it against the Necromancer, but, Hordes of Hillmen.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's good against evil, but not if they've got the Dark Marshal.
Or just, pass your courage test. I don't know what to tell you, Sam.
Yeah. But,
he can be taken in the Legions of Mordor and the Army of the Great Eye as a hero of valor.
I mean, he's definitely pretty good. Shooting has been fairly predominant in this edition. He does the exact same stuff as he always has. I think I don't know if it's worth 130, probably 150 points for, X number of turns of a 6-inch bubble if you only shoot me on 6s, because sometimes people just roll 6s anyway,
Yeah, you hope you get some more use out of him than just denying 3 turns of shooting.
All right, moving on. We've got the Undying, who is the exact same basic ring rate stat block with courage and intelligence of 4+. He's got 2 might, 18 will, and 0 fate. He's got heavy
That's
armor.
hilarious. He's the Undying. He has 0 fate.
Well, I believe it's because he can use his will as fate. He's got heavy armor and hand and a half weapon. He's got heroic channeling. He can take a horse, harboring of evil, terror, will of evil. So his spend a point of will ability is in the move phase. If he does, until the end of the turn, the Undying regains a will point spent early in the battle for every time another model successfully casts a spell within 6 inches of him. The Undying can spend his will as if they were fate. He's got Compel on a 3, Transfix on a 3, Drain Courage on a 4, Foil Magic on a 4, Black Dart on a 5, and Instill Fear on a 6. He can be Legions of Mordor, an Army of the Great Eye.
So you spend his will, and then every time one of your other ring wraiths, it's going to be ring wraiths, right?
Yeah.
I guess you
Or
got a shaman
shamans.
cast a spell, he gets a will back. That's weird.
All right, we need to play like a 1,400 point game so we can just play all 9 of these guys in an army with the...
It's just an all hero list, just all the 9.
All right then, take us away.
Ooh, the Betrayer, the first ring wraith I ever piloted. All right, 138 points. The classic ring wraith stat block, courage and intelligence, both of 4+, 2 might, 14 will, 2 fate, heavy armor, and a hand weapon. Heroic channeling, horse. Special rule, Sam. He's got an extra special rule above all the other ring wraiths. He has Bane of Kings, Harbinger of Evil, Terror, and Will of Evil. His special rule is the Master of Poisons. He uses it in the move phase, spends his point of will. If he does, until the end phase of the turn, friendly models with the poison attack special rule within 6 inches of the Betrayer re-roll all failed wounds for their poisoned attacks rather than just 1. Nice. Giving Bane of Kings to everyone within 6 inches. He has access to Compel on a 4+, Drain Courage on a 4+, Transfix on a 4+, Black Dart on a 4+.
Wow.
What?
That's hilarious.
That's amazing. He's better at black darting than the Witch King. He used to be the worst magic caster.
I know. It's definitely should be switched with the next one.
Panic Steed on a 5 and Instill Fear on a 6. Yeah, black dart.
That's hilarious.
Well, the legacies are never getting FAQ'd, so it's okay.
Yeah, well, the black dart is not the spell.
Black Dart and a 4+, that's tasty.
You might actually use it. All right, he's in a pile of armies.
Oh, a whole pile of armies. He can be in the Legions of Mordor, Army of the Great Eye, Harad, the Serpent Horde, and the Grand Army of the South.
Oh, and here we go. Another excellent ring rate. The Knight of Umbar, 130 points. Courage 4+, Intelligence 5+. He's a little dumb. He's got a hat on. It makes it harder to think. He's got 2 Might, 12 Will, and 2 Fate.
He's got a cool model, though.
He's got some special war gear, man. He's got Armor of the Sundered Land and a hand weapon. Armor of the Sundered Land, this is a unique heavy armor. Additionally, the Knight of Umbar only loses a point of will for having been in the combat as per the Will of Evil special rule if his side loses during the fight phase. Pretty nice. There. He's got Heroic Channel, a horse, Harbinger of Evil, Terror, Will of Evil, and then he's got his active special rule, which is at the start of the fight phase. If he spends his point of will, this is Combat Mimicry is the name of the special rule. If he does, he may immediately choose a single enemy model engaged in combat. With the Knight of Umbar can elect to use the fight value, attacks, and or strength characteristics of the chosen model in any combination until the end of the turn. Definitely
So good.
Really good. He's got Compel on a 4+. He's got Drained Courage on a 4+. Transfix on a 4+. Black Dart also on a 4+. Enchanted Blades on a 5+, and Instill Fear on a 6+. He can be included in the Legions of Mordor, Army of the Great Eye, Umbar, and Grand Army of the South. He's definitely up there for ring rates.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how many of these you can take in Grand Army of the South.
Yeah. Well, Grand Army of the South is like all of the like evil men, basically.
Yeah, but now it's got 3 ring rates. It's got Kamul, the Betrayer, and the Knight of Umbar.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is it includes
Yeah, fair.
Easterlings, Haradrim, and Corsairs, and Khans, I think, is the other. So it's like
gotcha.
all of the, so it's like, and their associated ring rates. Oh, that was the last ring rate, Ben.
The last ring wraith.
But here we go.
All right, which brings us into some orcs. Goroth, Captain of the Morannon, 85 points, fight 5, shoot 5+, strength 5, defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6+, intelligence 6+, smart orc. 2/2/2 for might, will, and fate. Orc, Mordor, hero, infantry, heavy armor, and a 2-handed weapon. He can do heroic strike. He's got burly and dominant 2.
Because he's a chunky boy.
He is. He's a chunky boy.
I love it.
His special rule, come here, maggot. Whenever Goroth suffers a wound before any fate rolls are made, he may roll a d6. On a 2+, he may choose a single friendly orc model within 1 inch to immediately suffer the wound instead of him. Fate rolls can then be made as normal. I think that got better. Did it not used to have to be his last wound?
Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah, it might have been, yeah.
He can be taken as a hero of fortitude, bit of a shame there, in the Army of Gothmog, Legions of Mordor, and Army of the Great Eye.
I am both very happy and very excited all at the same time. I'm really sad that he went to Legacy. It kind of bums me out.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see him back in Army of Gothmog. I think he's both a really cool model and is also very good. Strength 6 and 2-handed burly is phenomenal.
Strength 5.
Sorry, strength 5. I was looking at his defense. Yeah. He's survivable. He's super good. And dominant 2 now is hilarious.
Plus, he becomes your only striking hero in the Army of Gothmog.
That is true. Yeah. Gothmog is so disappointing until you get into Zagdush Orc Captain for 60 points. Fight 4, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 5, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6+, intelligence 7, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. He's got armor and hand weapons. He's got heroic strength and heroic strike. He's got the special rule Reckless Fighter. At the start of the combat involving Zagdush, before any dice are rolled, Zagdush may choose to reduce his defense by 1 and increase his strength by 1. This effect lasts until the combat is resolved. He can be taken as a hero of fortitude in Army of Gothmog, Legions of Mordor, and Army of the Great Eye. 3 attacks is nice. Fight 4 is sad. Which I think he was before, but he's still pretty okay. It's interesting that you can take him in Army of Gothmog and you can't.
Thinking that he's the only non-Morannon orc.
Yeah. Though, I think actually, yeah, I mean, Goroth doesn't have. He's just Orc.
I mean,
I guess
yeah,
he's
but
the
he's captain of the
yeah,
Marana.
yeah. Interesting. But, he's definitely not bad. He's probably still better than a basic captain for the same points.
I think he's great at blending troops. He's like, you get him
Yeah.
into some troops, and it's like, yeah, the strike kind of sucks, but you could also be like, well, I'm going to strike against these elves and just watch
Yeah.
me like blend through some elves,
Well, except a third of the time we'll tie their fight and then lose to the Elven Blade. So.
Shh. All right, Captain of the Blackguard, 70 points, fight 5, strength 5, defense 7, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6+, intelligence 6+, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Urukai, Mordor, hero, infantry, heavy armor, hand weapon, and a shield. He's got heroic march, and his special rules are for the Dark Lord. Whilst there is at least one friendly ring wraith on the battlefield, treat this model's courage as 4+. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's pretty nice. Can be taken as a hero of fortitude in the army of the Great Eye.
Yeah, definitely solid. They were always pretty good, still good. We'll move through the next one pretty quick, which is Blackguard Drummer, 35 points. Fight 4, strength 5, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both of 6, 0, 0, 1 for heroic stats, armor, hand weapon, and war drum, Mordor, Urukai. He can be taken in armies of the Great Eye.
And to go with those two, we have the Blackguard of Barad-dûr, 12 points, fight 4, strength 5, defense 6, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both of 7+. Urukai, Mordor, warrior, infantry, heavy armor, hand weapon, and a shield. The Blackguard can have a banner. They can exchange their shield for a banner, and can be included in the army of the Great Eye. Nice. Kind of a shame they don't get any cool special rules, but they're legacy. So
I don't think they ever did either.
They didn't. But the captain got a cool special rule.
Yeah,
when I saw the captain got that special rule, I was like, ooh.
Well, he always had that special. I think he just.
Oh, did he?
He just got +2 to his roll, and it may have been arranged, not just on the battlefield, but.
Gotcha.
Are you still there, Ben?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I just had a little box of you on the side that has since disappeared, so that's fine. I'll be going in blind. All right, next up we've got the Morgul Stalker. It is move 6.
I like these models. They're cool.
Fight 3, shoot 5+, strength 4, defense 4, 2 attacks, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both of 7. He's an orc, he's Mordor, he's a warrior, he's infantry, he's all that good stuff. He's got armor and a hand weapon, he's got Stalk Unseen, and he can be included in Minas Morgul and Army of the Great Eye.
That's a fun addition to Minas Morgul, a little 2-attack orc.
Yeah, it doesn't get Blade of the Dead, though, so you're a little sad about that.
That's fair. Ooh, Kardush, the Fire Caller for 65 points. Fight 3, shoot 5+, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 7+, intelligence 5+.
Oh, smart orc.
Yeah, very clever. 1 might, 3 will, 1 fate, orc, Mordor, blah blah blah. Armor and a spear, heroic channeling. Heart of Darkness is one of his special rules. At the start of the movement phase, before they declare heroic action step, Kardush may choose a single friendly orc warrior model within 6 inches of himself. If he does, then the chosen model is removed as a casualty. Kardush immediately regains D3 will points spent earlier in the battle. His other special rule is Shadow Pawn. At the start of the movement phase, before heroic actions, Kardush's player may choose to remove him from the battlefield as a casualty if he is within 6 inches of a friendly ring wraith. If they do, then a single friendly ring wraith model within 6 inches of where Kardush was immediately regains D6 will points spent earlier in the battle. Very nice. His magical powers are Flame Burst with a range of 6 inches, casting on a 3, and Fury, Mordor, Orc, with the range of Self, casting on a 3+. Excuse me. He can be taken in Minas Morgul and the Army of the Great Eye.
As a hero of fortitude.
As a hero of fortitude, yeah.
I mean,
I don't think he's changed at all. He is still fantastic.
Yeah, unless Flame Burst has changed, he's still super good.
Yeah, I don't think Flame Burst has changed much. I remember looking at it and going like, "Oh, that's now Saruman's best spell."
Yes, yeah, agreed.
There you go, Flame Burst. While I'm in the target's 1 enemy model in range, the target immediately suffers 1 strength 6 hit, fire-based attack. Yep.
It's the same. That's the end of it.
Yep.
I thought it was maybe something about being set ablaze, but no. All right, then moving on. We've got the Orc Tracker for 6 points. Move 6, fight value 3, shoot 4+, strength 3, defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 8+, intelligence 7+. Hand weapon and orc bow. Special rules got mountain dweller here. That's kind of cool.
That's fun.
And they can be included in Barad-dûr, Minas Morgul, Cirith Ungol, Army of the Great Eye, and Khan Doom.
Yeah, that's fun. Cirith Ungol didn't used to have them, which is cool.
Yeah.
And Khan Doom getting them is that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you're basically taking them for 4+ shooting orcs. So
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You've got some. You can pretend you have got some real shooting. All right, Sam. The Great Beast of Gorgoroth, 175 points. The Great Beast of Gorgoroth comprises of an Orc Commander, a Great Beast, and a Howdah, which uses the profiles below. We've got an Orc Commander, Fight 4, Strength 4, Defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 6+, Intelligence 7+, 2 Might, 1 Will, 1 Fate, Armor, and a Spear. His special rules are Plenty of Orcs. If the Orc Commander would lose its last wound whilst riding the Great Beast, then the Howdah will suffer a wound instead. This represents an Orc from the Howdah taking command. If the Great Beast is slain, then the Orc Commander will also be slain and removed as a casualty. So the Howdah has got a shoot value of 5+, defense of 7, and 9 wounds. And it has the Orc archers on it. The Orcs in the Howdah are not treated as separate models and as such cannot be targeted individually. During the shoot phase, the Howdah can take a number of shots equal to its remaining wounds using its own shoot value. These shots are treated as being made with an Orc bow. It can still be made if the Great Beast has moved over half of its movement value and do not suffer the -1 penalty for moving and shooting. Measure the range from the Great Beast and line of sight from the Commander. Nice, they've simplified that quite a lot. The Great Beast itself, movement 8, fight 4, shoot 6+, we don't care about that. Strength 6, defense 7, 3 attacks, 6 wounds, courage 7+, intelligence 8+. Dominance 6, nice, large target, and terror. And the groin, it's obviously got trample. When the Great Beast of Gorgoroth tramples, it will inflict 3 strength 6 hits. Can be included as a hero of fortitude in the Legions of Mordor and Army of the Great Eye. Does that mean it can lead troops?
that's an excellent question. Given that the Howdah is now part of it.
Yeah, right.
I guess so. Unless there's something about war beasts can never lead troops. Huh. Yeah. He's also still on a weird base. He's a 120mm oval. Which makes sense, but they, apart from the Mumakil, got rid of all the ovals, right? So
Yeah.
kind of interesting. I still think Great Beasts are cool. I love the simplification to the way the shooting works.
Yes, I do as
Definitely
well.
means you're going to more consistently get all your shots. You're not going to be like, well, these 3 are shooting backwards, and so.
I do love the instant promotion of the Orc too.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
I get the mic back as well. The captain had some mic. I've got the captain now.
All right, well, we're going to move on because I'm imagining we're rapidly building up time here. We've got Groblog for 55 points. He's got a move 5, a fight value of 4, shoot 5, strength 4, defense 6, 2 wounds, 2 attacks, courage 7, intelligence 6+. He's got 2 might, 1 will, and 3 fate. He's Goblin, Moria, Hero Infantry Unique. He's got heavy armor, hand weapon, and the Mithril Crown. The Mithril Crown has an active ability. This is a unique piece of war gear. Friendly Moria goblins within 3 inches of Groblog gain the dominant 2 special rule. That's definitely pretty good.
That's nice.
Very different to what it was. Much cooler, I think, than what it was. Heroic.
Kind of a shame it's just a 3-inch bubble, but
yeah, but you can fit a lot of goblins within 3 inches.
Yeah.
You've got defense and strike. You've got special rules of Cave Dweller, and he can be included in the Moria army.
It's nice he's got heroic defense, because heroes with fight 4 and strike feel a bit sad.
Yeah.
Unless they see another hero with fight 4 and strike. All right, Ashrak for 60 points. Another goblin, so movement 5, fight 2, shoot 5+, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 6+, intelligence 5+. Is that or is that a 6? 6+?
Yeah.
1 might, 4 will, 1 fate. Goblin Moria. Hero infantry comes with an armor and a two-handed weapon. Oh, poor Ashrak.
Well,
Heroic channeling.
yeah.
Mirkwood hunting spiders in Ashrak's warband may be upgraded to Venomback spiders for plus 2 points per model. Venomback spiders gain the Venom special rule. His special rules are Cave Dweller and Death Touch. Any model that wounds Ashrak in combat or is wounded by Ashrak in combat must immediately roll a d6 on a 4+. The model immediately suffers the effects of the paralyzed power. However, the effects will not immediately end should Ashrak have no will points or be slain. Spiderkin. Only spider models may benefit from Ashrak Standfast or heroic actions. Additionally, whilst within 3 inches of a friendly spider model, Ashrak gains the Terror special rule. His magical powers are Fury Spider and Compel with a range of 12, casting on a 4+. Ashrak may be included in the following lists from the armies of Middle-earth. Moria.
Yeah, I think.
Although he pops up in Assault on Lothlorien, which we'll look at later this episode.
Yeah, I think he's functionally the same.
Yeah.
We've got the Black Shield Captain for 45 points. Move 5, fight 3, strength 4, defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds. Courage 6+, intelligence 7+. He's got 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Heavy armor and 2-handed weapon. He's got March. He's got Cave Dweller and Hatred Dwarf. He can be included in the Depths of Moria or the Moria army list.
At least 200 weapons. All these characters that only have 200 weapons. At least you can all get the broadsword rule.
Yeah.
Right. Moria Black Shield Shaman for 50 points. Movement 5, fight 2, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 7+, intelligence 7+, 1 might, 3 will, 1 fate, armor and hand weapon, heroic channeling, cave dweller, and hatred dwarf. His magical powers are collapse rocks and tremor. He can be taken in the depths of Moria or Moria. Hurrah, no shatter.
Right.
Get out of here.
I have no idea what either of those spells do now, though, so.
Get out my book again, Sam.
Yeah. We'll check back in with Ben once we know what those do. I do think, unless they're both good, he's probably not going to be included as heavily, and all the people who own 3 of them are going to be slightly sad. Which I am okay with, because Shatter was dumb. We've got the Moria Black Shield Drum for 75 points. A Moria Black Shield Drum is always purchased as a single Moria Black Shield Drummer, and as a single Black Shield Drummer, and 1 Drum Bearer, which count as 2 models, both of which use the profile below. Fight 2, they're worse than their companions. Strength 3, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 7, intelligence 8. Heavy armor, hand weapon, drum bearer also carries the drum. We've got Cave Dweller and Hatred Dwarf. We've got Run and Drum. The drum is considered to be playing as long as both the drummer and the drum bearer are in base contact, and the drummer is not engaged in combat. Whilst the drum is being played, it has the following effects. Friendly Moria Goblins gain +1 bonus to courage tests they're required to take. Enemy models suffer -1 to courage tests they are required to take. Friendly Moria Goblins with models within 18 inches count as being in range of a banner. While it's being played, the Moria Black Shield Drum counts as a banner for the purposes of victory points. That's pretty cool. Take up the drum. If the Moria Black Shield Drummer or the Moria Black Shield Drum Bearer is slain, then they may pass their war gear to a friendly Moria Black Shield warrior within 1 inch of them. The chosen model becomes a Moria Black Shield Drum / Drum Bearer as applicable, and exchange their war gear for the slain model. Replace the chosen model with the slain Moria Black Shield Drummer or Drum Bearer. They can be included in Depths of Moria or Moria. Interesting, there's no range on the courage effect, so I guess it's battlefield wide.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Cool.
So, Collapse Rocks, you target an enemy model who is in a
Right.
rocky terrain feature, and they take a strength 7 hit, which is
Oh,
pretty
okay.
nice.
Increasing
And
the
then they're
strength on
not
that.
prone. Tremor, you draw a line D3 + 3 inches away from the caster in a direction of your choosing. Everyone, friend or foe, under the line takes a strength 4 hit and are not prone.
Okay.
Anyone in combat, everyone in the combat's not prone.
All right. So definitely pretty okay,
Yeah.
but not the same as Shatter. So
No. Definitely knocking people off horses. Both of those
Yeah.
spells knock people down.
well, and also
That's
like
kind of a shame is there's just not rocky terrain. I guess ruins maybe.
yeah, that's what a lot of people I think count. I mean, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool.
All right, Moria Black Shield Warrior, 8 points, movement 5, fight 2, strength 3, defense 6, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 7 plus, intelligence 8 plus. Race Goblin, faction Moria, warrior infantry, heavy armor, hand weapon, and a shield. May replace or can get a spear for 1 point. Special rules are Cave Dweller and Hatred Dwarf, and they can be taken in the depths of Moria and Moria. Classic, heavily armored goblins, gotta love them.
Yeah, with Hatred Dwarf now, which is
yeah, Hatred Dwarf is definitely nice.
Oh Lord, the world.
You got all the complicated ones.
We've got the Warg Marauder for 35 points. A Warg Marauder is an interesting cavalry model that consists of 3 Moria goblins riding a single Warg mount. 2 of the Moria goblins are armed with Orc Bow, while the other is armed with a shield. This is treated as a cavalry model with the following exceptions. Whilst the Moria Goblin warrior with a shield remains alive, all parts of the cavalry model gain +1 to their defense. The Warg Marauder only counts as a single model towards the army's bow limit. That's dumb. If one Moria Goblin warrior wishes to dismount, they all must dismount together. Makes sense.
All for one and one for all.
Move 5, fight 2, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence of 8 plus. The war gear, armor and hand weapon, and either shield or orc bow. All 3 ride the same warg. Then it goes to your page. We've got Cave Dweller, Moria Goblin only, and then we've got some special rules. On the hunt, during the shoot phase, a Warg Marauder can make a shooting attack with the Orc Bow for each Goblin Warrior with an Orc Bow still alive on the Warg. These shooting attacks can still be made even if the Warg Marauder has moved further than half that turn, and even if it's engaged in combat. And then we've got Lethal Union. Whilst the Goblins remain mounted on the Warg, the entire model gains the Terror special rule and gains a +1 bonus to any courage test it's required to take. Additionally, during a combat phase, Warg Marauder gains an additional attack for each Goblin after the first is still mounted upon the Warg Marauder, provided it did not shoot during the shoot phase. It can be included in the Moria army. Still pretty good for 35 points.
Yeah, definitely still pretty strong. All right, the Dweller in the Dark, 80 points, movement 8, fight 7, strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 3 plus, intelligence 8 plus. Wow, wild swing on courage and intelligence. Comes with claws and teeth. Dominant 3, resistant to magic and terror. Very nice there. Murderous power. Each time the Dweller in the Dark slays a model in combat, it regains a single wound lost earlier in the battle. These wounds are regained at the end of the combat. The Dweller in the Dark may only regain wounds in this way by making strikes, never by using brutal power attacks. Can be taken in the Moria army list. That seems good fun. I should say that it is a warrior infantry monster and comes on a 60mm base. 60mm base. Did I get bigger?
No.
No? It's always on a 60?
Yeah.
Big base.
Yeah. It's definitely, I think by Cave Trolls getting slightly worse, it's gotten slightly better.
Yeah.
Because Cave Trolls lose.
Movement 8 has always been nice on a monster.
Yeah, movement 8, but the bigger base, especially when compared to a 40mm base, was always kind of rough. The courage of 3 plus is awesome though.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, now we're getting into some Uruk-hai. We've got Vrashku for 70 points, move 6, fight 5, shoot 3 plus, strength 5, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6 plus, intelligence 5 plus. He's a smart boy. We've got 2 might, 2 will, fate, Uruk-hai, Isengard, hand weapon, armor, hand weapon, and crossbow, heroic accuracy and march. He's an expert shot and sharpshooter, so 2 shots, and he can pick if he's shooting the mount or rider. He can be included in the Army of the White Hand or the Muster of Isengard.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, Mahur is next. Movement 8, fight 5, shoot 3 plus, strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage and intelligence, both of 6 plus, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Uruk-hai, Isengard, hero, infantry, armor, and hand weapons. He's got access to heroic march and heroic strength. His special rule is unhinged charge. At the start of a combat in which Mahur charged, Mahur may declare he's using the special rules before any dice are rolled. If he does, then he suffers a -1 penalty to his duel rolls. However, if his side wins, he may re-roll any failed to wound rolls when making strikes in that combat. Pretty fun. He can be taken in Lurtz's Scouts and Ugluk Scouts.
as a hero of fortitude.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Yep, still pretty good. I don't know. I feel like he's worse than he was, but he probably isn't. I think he's
I guess
fine.
you can't upgrade his warband to movement 8.
Yeah, but both those armies, the Urukai, get movement 8 anyway, I think. So
Oh, well, never mind
at
then.
least Lurtz's scouts, they definitely do. But I think they do in Uglut scouts. Um, yeah, I mean, you throw him in with Lurtz or Ugluk or a bunch of other Uruks. You probably don't mind using the unhinged charge, but
Yeah.
not the most exciting special rule. 3 attacks.
No, it's probably a little better in Ugluk Scouts where you've got access to spears because you can at least whack a
Yeah.
spear behind him there, you know?
Yeah, but you're not doing it if you're doing it when you're like piling, you're trapping a mob.
Yeah, no, but okay, but you get one warrior with a spear support and a spear support behind him, so you've got his 3 dice at -1 and then 3 more dice at not -1.
Yeah.
You know, that feels doable.
All right, we've got some feral Urukai. I definitely think they're pretty okay now. Movement 6, fight 4, shoot 4+, strength and defense 4, 2 attacks, 1 wound, courage 5+, intelligence 8+, light armor and hand weapon, hatred man, oblivious to pain. If they take a wound on natural 6, it's ignored. They can be included in Army of the White Hand and Muster of Isengard. They're worse but cheaper berserkers. The hatred man is just kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 13 points, not too bad. Not too
And
bad.
the light armor making them defense 5 against shooting is definitely also like pretty okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. More of Isengard, but no more Urukai. We have Thryden Wolfsbane for 90 points. Movement 6, fight 5, shoot 4+, strength 5, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6+, intelligence 6+, 3 might, 2 will, 2 fate, man, Dunland, hero, infantry, armor, hand weapon, and a 2-handed weapon. He's got heroic strength and heroic strike. He can have a horse for 20 points. He's got leader Dunlanding Huskarls and mighty blow for his special rules, as well as Lord of Dunland. The range of Thryden Standfast is 12 rather than 6. Nice. Thryden may be taken as a hero of valor in the army of the White Hand.
Yeah, I think he's basically the same. Still pretty good.
Yeah, nice, solid. It's cool to see that he kept his 3 might. A lot of heroes didn't.
Yeah.
That's nice. Nice to see for him.
Then we've got Guroth Ironskin. Talk about a 3 might hero who's lost some might. Move 6, fight 5, shoot 4, strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, awesome, 2 wounds, courage and intelligence 6, 2, 1, 2. He's got armor and hand weapons. That's where the 3 attacks come from. Heroic defense, heroic strength, and heroic strike. And he's also a leader of Dunlanding Huskarls. Hilarious to make them elite because they're bad. He's got the Iron Skin active special rule. If at the start of the fight phase Guroth is engaged in combat with an enemy hero, he may declare a heroic defense for free. He can be taken in the armies of the White Hand.
All right, and onwards, more Dunlanding heroes. I think Goroth's the same as he always has been. A great tar pit for enemy heroes.
And not bad at killing troops because 3 attacks, strength 5, fight 5 is definitely pretty solid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, we have Frida Tallspear for 70 points. Movement 6, fight 5, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, intelligence 5+. That's quite nice. 2 might, 2 will, 2 fate. Man, Dunland, hero, infantry, armor, hand weapon, spear, and shield, heroic defense, and heroic strength. She is also leader Dunlanding Huskarls and has a readied stance. Cavalry models do not gain an extra attack and are knocked to the ground whilst engaged in combat with Frida or engaged in combat with a model Frida is supporting. Go for the horse. Friendly Dunlanding models within 3 inches of Frida may reroll failed wound rolls when making strikes against an enemy mount. Very nice. She may be taken as a hero of fortitude in the army of the White Hand.
She's like the opposite of she's like the antithesis of me as a player. Like I'm just always kill the rider. I guess it's nice if you're killing wargs because they might stick around, but
the other time I think it's nice to stab the horse is if you're looking at a hero that's got Horse Lord.
Yes.
And you know they're going to burn the fate on the wound anyway, and if you need if it's
that's true. That's true. All right, we've got a Dunlanding Chieftain for 55 points, move 6, fight 4, shoot 4+, strength 5, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage and intelligence both of 6, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. armor, hand weapon, and two-handed weapon. He's got heroic march and can be taken in the army of the White Hand.
I looked at those guys when this first came out and compared them to the Wildman Chieftain.
Oh yeah.
It's the same profile, but you're paying 5 points for heavy armor and 5 points for a two-handed weapon, which is like the war gear difference that they have. It's funny.
The Wildman are strength 5.
Oh, the Wildman are not strength 5. I missed that. Ooh, that's good. Just kidding. Strength 5 for free.
Yeah.
All right, we've got the Dunlending Warriors next for 7 points. Movement 6, fight 3, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 6+, courage 7+, intelligence 7+. Man, Dunland, warrior, infantry, armor, and a hand weapon. The Dunlending Warrior must have one of the following options: banner for 25 points, a bow for 1 point, shield for 1 point, or a two-handed weapon for 1 point. And they can be taken in the army of the White Hand.
And next up, we've got a Dunlending Horseman, 12 points, move 6, fight 3, strength 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence, both of 7+. He's got armor, hand weapon, shield, and a horse under his war gear. He's got slay their horses. While this model has the cavalry special rule, it may reroll wounds of natural 1 when making strike against an enemy mount. Just objectively not very good.
Yeah.
And he can be taken in the army of the White Hand. I mean, I guess you're taking him because he's a cavalry model. You get a bonus special rule that will probably not come up, but maybe it will someday.
Yeah, it's just, when you're looking at him in an army list with Warg Riders, you're taking him because you want that model.
Yeah, well, this is all this stuff. Like, nice to have the army of the White Hand option, but they're all going in the Dunlending army, probably.
That's true.
Them. Here they are, the elite Ben, the Dunlending
Dunlending Elite, the Huskarls for 11 points. Movement 6, fight 3?
Yeah.
That's so sad. Shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence, both of 7+. Man, Dunlending Warrior, Infantry Elite. Heavy armor, hand weapon, and Dunlending Axe. Dunlending War Axe, even. The Dunlending War Axe can be used as either a spear or a two-handed weapon. They get the bodyguard special rule and the favor of the war chief. If this model is supporting a combat and is within 3 inches of a friendly Dunlending hero, then this model gains a bonus of +1 to its fight value for the duration of the combat. Okay, so they can go to fight 4.
Yeah, but it's so many hoops. It should have just be if they're within 3 inches of a Dunlending hero.
Yeah, it sucks that they have to be supporting. They can't be two-handing with that axe.
Yeah, it just is very silly.
And they can be, of course, taken in the army of the White Hand.
I mean, you're paying 4 points more, basically, for bodyguard. And a free spear, so you're paying 3 points more for a bodyguard, which is, like, fair enough. Alright, here we go. Now we're into some different era of models. We've got a Castellan of Dol Guldur for 50 points. He's got a move of 6, a fight of 5, a shoot of 4+, strength 5, defense 6, 2 attacks, 1 wound, courage of 4+, intelligence of 7+, 0 might, 10 will, 0 fate, spirit, Dol Guldur, hero, and infantry. He's got armor, hand weapon, and Morgul blade. He's got so this is the Morgul blade. This is a hand weapon. Once per game, a model with the Morgul blade can use it during the combat instead of the normal hand weapon. This must be declared before strikes are made. If they do, all strikes must be resolved against a single enemy model. If the target suffers a wound that is not prevented in some way, they will immediately lose all remaining wounds and be removed as a casualty. If the model using the Morgul blade is mounted, they must use the strength and attacks of the rider, not the mount. That doesn't matter in this situation. He's got Terror and the Will of Evil. Special rule, he's got the Automatons special rule. This model may never provide a standfast to nearby warrior models. Got the Will of the Necromancer. This model can spend Will as if it were Fate. And he's got Bound in Shadows while it's within 6 inches of Sauron. All friendly Ringwraith models, this model automatically pass courage tests it's required to make. Castellan of Dol Guldur can be included in the Rise of the Necromancer army as an independent hero.
It's kind of a shame. They're still fun. They're still good. They've gone down. They lost 2 will points from the last edition, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, they're still cool.
Yeah, I still think it'd be fun to try 6 of them or something.
The 2 attacks at strength 5 is really nice. All right, the Haradrim King, 70 points, movement 6, fight 5, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage and intelligence both 5+, 2 might, 2 will, 2 fate. Man Harad infantry hero. Armor and a hand weapon. He's got heroic march and heroic strength. He can up a horse for 20 points, and he has the Bane of Kings special rule. Tribal King. If this model is your general, increase its attacks characteristic to 3, and it gains the General Hunter special rule. That's so much fun.
Yeah.
He can be taken in the Legions of Mordor, Harad, the Serpent Horde, and the Grand Army of the South as a hero of valor. That's like a really fun hero if you're playing like 350 points of Lord of the Rings or something, you know?
Yeah, he's super cool. I wish they'd done more of that kind of stuff with the other king profiles.
Yeah,
I guess they kind of did with the Kings of Men. They get all the kind of.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and here we go. I'm glad.
Speaking of kings,
I'm glad this ended up with me. Man, somebody's getting tired over here, Ben. Quick.
Yeah, sorry, bud. That's my bedtime.
The Golden King of Abrakan is 130 points, same cost as many a ring rate. He's got move 6, fight of 5, shoot of 4 plus, strength 4, defense 5, 4 attacks, 4 wounds, courage 6 plus, intelligence 5 plus. He's got 2 might, 6 will, and 2 fate. He's a man, Harad, infantry hero, unique, and he's on a 50mm base. I love that they.
The most important chain.
Right, it's a big one. He's got 2-handed weapons and the Golden Throne. The Golden Throne is a unique banner. Hilarious, that's how that's described. The Golden King does not suffer the -1 penalty for his due rolls for carrying a banner. Pretty cool.
He's not carrying it, Sam. He's sitting on it.
Well, but it's actually just a banner, even though it's a throne. He's got the heroic actions of Resolve. He's got the special rules of Burly, and then he's got Riches Beyond Renown. The Golden King can spend any number of will points when an enemy hero model within 12 inches of it in line of sight takes a courage test. If it does, for each will point spent, the hero model's courage test is reduced by 1. The Golden King may wait until the courage test has been rolled to use the special rule. Affected hero models may still use their might or will to improve their courage test after the Golden King has used the special rule. Hilarious. And then he's got the Lord of Wealth, Ben. He's got the Golden King. If the Golden King loses a dual roll, he may immediately spend a will point to use the special rule. If he does, enemy models may not make strikes against the Golden King for the duration of the combat. The Golden King of Abrakan may be included as a hero of valor in the following army lists: Legions of Mordor, Harad, Grand Army of the South. Yeah, he's an amazing general because he comes with a banner for banner scenarios. He's got 4 wounds, 2 fate, and 6 you can't hurt me abilities.
And 4 attacks.
Yeah, at strength 4 and burly. He's pretty good. I do think he'll be really fun to use.
Plus, you're always going to get in the way against shooting attacks because he's a goofy big model. You can always hide some portion of him behind some more other warriors.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Abrakan Merchant Guard for 9 points. I love these guys. Movement 6, fight 4, shoot 4 plus. We don't care about that. Strength 4, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both on a 7 plus. Man, Harad, warrior, infantry, and a 2-handed weapon, and they are burly. That's it. They're awesome. They're big, they're fat. They should be dominant too.
Right.
Sad that they're not, but you can't have everything. They can be taken in Legions of Mordor, Harad, and the Grand Army of the South.
Yeah, dominant 2 would have been amazing, but oh well.
You can't hit them all, Sam.
That's true. Then we've got the Watchers of Kana for 9 points. Move 6, fight 4, shoot 3 plus, strength 3, defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 7 plus, intelligence 5 plus, smart cookies. Light armor and hand weapon. I love the light armor there. Watchers of Kana must have one of the following options: a bow or twin blades. A Watcher of Kana for 1 point apiece, so they're 10-point models. A Watcher of Kana with twin blades increases his attacks to 2. We've got special rules: Hatred Spirit, hilarious and awesome, Poison Attack Bow, and resistant to magic.
Are there any good spirits?
Yeah, Army of the Dead.
Okay, thank you.
And is there anything else? Can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
It's just weird that they've got Hatred Spirit.
Yeah, it's because they live in a haunted city. They've got Steely Nerve. Watchers of Kana gain +2 bonus to their courage test when attempting to charge an enemy with the terror special rule. Additionally, when an enemy model with the Blades of the Dead makes strikes against this model, the model will treat its courage as a 5 plus rather than a 7 plus before any model fires are applied. They can be included in the Legions of Mordor, Harad, and Grand Army of the South.
All right, next we have the Mahood King for 70 points. Movement 6, Fight 5, Shoot 3+, Strength 5, Defense 6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 5+, Intelligence 6+, 2 might, 2 will, 1 fate, Man, Harad, Mahood, Hero, Infantry, Armor, Hand Weapon, and a Shield. He's got Heroic Strength and Heroic Strike, and for 25 points, you can have a War Camel. The War Camel is a mount that uses the following profile. It's a movement of 10, a fight value of 2, strength 4, defense 4, 1 wound, courage and intelligence, both 8+. It is a race of camel, is faction Mahood, and it is a unit type mount. Comes on a 40mm base. Its special rules are the Impaler. Each time this model charges into combat, it will inflict a single strength 4 hit upon the model it has charged on both the mount and the rider if it's going into cavalry. If after this hit the model is no longer engaged in combat, they may continue their move in any way the controlling player wishes, stopping right away, charging another model, or anything in between. Nice.
So
That's
good.
Awesome.
The camels are still... I was really worried that they were going to be changed. They're exactly the same. They're awesome. The Mahood King is still great. The only change to him is he's lost the ability to take a War Spear, so he's not quite as killy as he was, but...
I knew there was something missing.
Yeah.
I got all excited when I saw him with a shoot value of 3+, and I was like, can he take a blowpipe?
Yeah. I mean,
Not
the
that
rest,
he would, but I
the
was
rest
like,
of the
that's
army
cool.
is shoot value 3+, I'm pretty sure, so it doesn't really matter.
And he, of course, can be taken as a hero of valor in the Grand Army of the South.
It would be cool if there was a thing where, like, if he's your general, he gets, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
We've got the Mahood Tribes Master for 55 points. Move 6, Fight 4, Shoot 3+, Strength 5, Defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage and Intelligence, both of 7, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. He's got armor and a hand weapon. He's got heroic march and strike. He can take a camel for 25 points. He can take a blowpipe for 5 points, a shield for 5 points, and a war spear for 5 points. And he's got the special rules of poison attack on his blowpipe. And he can be included in the Grand Army of the South. Still, I think if you take him for the march, but...
The option of the War Spear on him over the King is nice.
Yeah.
But the 5/5 on the King is just so strong.
Yeah. And the 3 attacks, and...
Yeah. Everything else. Next, to go with the King and the Tribes Master, we have the Mahood Warrior for 8 points. Movement 6, Fight 3, Shoot 3+, Strength 4, Defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, Courage and Intelligence, both 8+. Man, Harad, Mahood Warrior Infantry. He comes with armor, a hand weapon, and a shield. He may have one of the following options, a blowpipe or a spear, both for 1 point. He comes with poisoned attacks on his blowpipe and may be taken from the Grand Army of the South.
Yeah, I think basically...
No more banner for the Mahood Warriors.
True, yeah. Yeah, good point. Otherwise, exactly the same, I think. And here we have the glorious...
Oh my God, they're only 17 points.
The Mahood Raider. We've got a move 6, fight 3, shoot 3+, strength 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence, both of 8. We've got armor, hand weapon, shield, and war camel. The Mahood Raider may have one of the following options, a blowpipe or a war spear. So no more getting extra points by having both. Poison attacks on the blowpipe, and they can be taken in the Grand Army of the South. Still amazing.
Still amazing, and I think, yeah, they're so cheap.
Yeah. I think 2 points
Which
cheaper
brings
than
us...
2 points cheaper than they used to be. They were 19 before, I think.
I think they were 9. I think they're the same, because I think they were 19 with blowgun and spear.
Okay, so yeah.
All right, the next profile for Farharad is, of course, the Half Troll for 25 points. Gone up a couple of points there. Fight 5+, Strength 5, Defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 8+, Intelligence 9+. He done.
Yeah.
Man, Harad, Mahood, Warrior, Infantry, Armor, and a hand weapon. The Half Troll may have one of the following options listed below, which is just exchange hand weapon for a 2-handed club. Free. Or for a 2-handed weapon. Dominant 2, that's pretty nice, and Terror, and they can be included in the Grand Army of the South. Still big, still scary, still fight 5 and 2 attacks. Still gotta love them.
Yeah, definitely good. Hilarious that, like, if you have Hatred Man, you get it against half trolls.
I didn't think about that, but that is funny.
Yeah, definitely good. They've gone up by 2 points, but you can get if you ram them with a bunch of two-handed weapons. I think they paid a point for that previously, so you only go up by one. But all right, now we're getting into the Khandish King for 100 points. He's got a move value of 6, a fight value of 5, shooting 4 plus strength 4, defense 6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage and intelligence both of 5. They raise him smart and courageous in Khand, then. 2 might, 2 will, 1
We said that about the Khandish.
He's got heavy armor, hand and a half weapon, and bow. He's got march, resolve, and strike. For 35 points, he can take a Khandish chariot. If the Khandish king dismounts, remove the chariot from play. He's got the special rule of commanding presence. Friendly Khan models treat the king as a banner with a range of 6. He's got the Khandish chariot. The Khandish chariot is a chariot that uses the following profile. Move 10, defense 7, 3 wounds, courage and intelligence both of 7+. I think those are the only relevant stats there. It is the race of horse, and it's on a 60mm base. It's dominant 3, chariot charge. When a Khandish chariot moves via chariot charge, it inflicts 2 strength 4 impact hits, and he can be included in the Grand Army of the South.
All right, next we have the Khandish Chieftain for 55 points. Movement 6, fight 5, shoot 4 plus, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage and intelligence both of 6+. 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate, man, Khand, hero, infantry, armor and a hand and a half weapon, heroic march, and can be on a horse for 20 points. And of course, is a hero of fortitude in the Grand Army of the South.
He also has a bow, which you skipped over.
Oh, I did. Armor, hand and a half weapon, and a bow.
Can't take a chariot anymore.
Yeah, you used to be able to take a chariot.
Yeah, but not anymore. Then you've got the Khandish Warrior for 8 points. Move 6, fight 4, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both of 7. Armor, hand and a half weapon, and hand weapon. He's got a Khandish Warrior may take one of the following upgrades listed. He can exchange his hand and a half weapon for a bow. And he can be taken in the Grand Army of the South, and that option for the bow is free. So they're just 8 points. Pretty okay.
All right, next we have the Khandish Horseman for 14 points. Movement 6, fight 4, shoot 4 plus, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both 7+. Man, Khand, warrior, cavalry, armor, hand and a half weapon, hand weapon, bow and horse for his war gear, and can of course be included in the Grand Army of the South.
And then we've got the Khandish Charioteer for 40 points, move 10, fight 4, strength 3, defense 7, 1 attack, 3 wounds, courage and intelligence both of 7. Armor, hand and a half weapon, and hand weapon. The Khandish Charioteer may have one of the following options: exchange hand and a half weapon for bow for free. He's dominant 3. He's got the chariot charge. When the Khandish chariot moves by the chariot charge, it inflicts 2 strength 4 impact hits, and he can be taken in the Grand Army of the South. I like this change that you can no longer just like snipe the dude off the back of the chariot. You actually have to kill the defense 7 3 wound model to remove it.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. It does mean that they are no longer the worst thing to get charged by camels, because that was hilarious, because the chariot would take a strength 4 hit and the rider would take a strength 4 hit. The rider was only defense 4, so on a 4+, you'd kill the rider and the chariot would disappear with your camel. It was amazing.
Yeah, silliness.
Ugh.
All right, next, Sam's favorite profile, apparently. We have the Corsair Reaver for 9 points. They have a model modeled for him this time.
They've always had this conversion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they had one of those profiles that didn't have an image for a while.
No.
All right, so movement 6, fight 4 plus, shoot 4 plus, strength 3, defense 3, 2 attacks, 1 wound, courage 6+, intelligence 8+. Man, Corsair, warrior, infantry comes with hand weapons. His special rules are fearless and mindless killers. If this model starts its activation more than 6 inches away from a friendly Corsair bosun, it must immediately take an intelligence test. If this test is passed, all is fine, and this model may act as normal. If the test is failed, you must choose another friendly model within 1 inch of this model. The chosen model immediately suffers a strength 3 hit, and after the strength 3 hit has been resolved, this model must charge an enemy model if able. If there are no friendly models within 1 inch of this model when it fails an intelligence test, then this model's activation immediately ends. In a turn in which this model fails its intelligence test for this special rule, it must re-roll all failed to wound rolls when making strikes and gains a bonus of +1 to wound when making strikes. Woo! All right. Pretty much the same, I think.
No, very different.
No, different.
I don't think
You had to keep them near the bosun, and then they went nuts. If you
yeah,
kept them
I
away,
mean
right?
it was a courage test, but I don't think they did a strength. Did they do the strength 3 hit to somebody with a friendly model within 1 inch? They certainly didn't. They certainly didn't have the if you can't do that, your activation ends, and they could choose to automatically fail, even if. So they were. I think they were more annoying and weird previously, but similar concept, just perhaps more.
It's kind of cool that they freak out, stab a friend, and then go charging the enemy.
And they're in Corsair fleets, Umbar, and the Grand Army of the South.
Oh yes, thank you.
All right, here we go. We're keeping on, Ben. We're you hanging in there? We've got 9 pages.
Yeah,
left.
second wind has come back round. You see, I stopped yawning about 5 minutes ago.
We've got
round.
Razgush, War Leader of the North, for 120 points, 10 points cheaper than your average ring rate. Move 6, fight 6, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 7, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage and intelligence both of 5. Wow, he is a smart cookie. 3 will, 1 fate. Orc Mordor, he's got heavy armor, Bone Breaker, and shield. There's a little typo here. We've got Bone Breaker and Bone Breakers is his.
I know. Yeah.
This is a unique hand weapon. Enemy models with an elven weapon engaged in combat or supporting a model engaged in combat with Razgush do not receive the bonus to the roll-off for determining the result of the duel in a drawn combat. He's got strength and strike, Elf Bane, Hatred Elf, Beasts of Mirkwood. Razgush may include bat swarms, Mirkwood giant spiders, Mirkwood hunting spiders, and Felwargs in his warband, even if they're not listed in the army list. Razgush is included in. He's got the War Leader of the North. He's got a 12-inch standfast rather than a 6, and he can be included in the Army of the Great Eye.
Razgush is cool. I was super bummed when he went to Legacy.
Yeah. Unsurprising, but a shame, given that they're nicely forged models.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Next we have Musga, the Orc Shaman, for 70 points. Movement 6, fight 4, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6+, intelligence 6+, 2 might, 4 will, 1 fate. Orc Mordor, hero infantry unique, armor, hand weapon, and a spear. He's got heroic channeling and heroic defense. His special rule is power comes from death.
Well, just power from death, but that's fine.
Power from death. Got carried away there. Whenever Musgo slays an enemy model in combat, he immediately regains a point of will spent earlier in the battle. And the vassal of the Witch King, Frylek, the vassal of the Witch King, really wishes he had this rule.
Accurate.
Musgo gets Drain Courage with a range of 12 and a casting value of 3+, Wither with a range of 12 and a casting value of 3+, and Transfix with a range of 12 and a casting value of 4+, and may be taken as a hero of fortitude in the army of the Great Eye.
Oh, here we go. We've got Goff Fimble, Orc Captain, co-creator of Golf. 45 points. Move 6, fight 4, shoot 4+, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, intelligence 8. He's got 2 might, 2 will, and 0 fate. That's brutal. He's Orc Angmar. He's got armor, hand and a half weapon. He's got heroic challenge and heroic strike, and for 20 points he can take a Wog. For his special rule, he's got an impressive girth. Whenever Golfimble suffers a wound, roll a d6 on a 5+, the wound is ignored. Golfimble may use might to influence this roll, though he may not use the special rule against wound caused by magical powers.
He's not got an army list listed. I'm assuming he can only be taken in his own faction, which is I'm also assuming why they didn't give him dominant, because he's always the general.
Oh yes.
Dominant 3. Because otherwise missed opportunity to give another chubby character dominant. All right. Lastly, I think this is the last profile here. We have the Spider Queen, Arachnis Dethicus, for 120 points. Move 10. Fight 6, shoot value 6+, strength 6, defense 4, 2 attacks, 3 wounds, courage and intelligence both 6+, 3 might, 3 will, 0 fate. Spider, Dol hero infantry unique, and beast.
And monster.
Monster and beast. And on a 60mm base, she has large venomous fangs. She's got Heroic Defense and Heroic Strike, Dominant 3, Monstrous Charge, Swift Movement, Terror, and Venom, and has the Progeny special rule. At the beginning of her activation, the Spider Queen may spend any number of will points she has remaining to summon a Broodling. For each will point spent, she may place a single Broodling anywhere within 3 inches of the Spider Queen. Broodlings placed in this manner can never be placed in base contact with enemy models, but may be placed within the control zones of enemy models. Broodlings may activate on a turn in which they are summoned, although though may not activate as part of a heroic move or heroic march declared by a friendly model that turn, as they were not on the board when the heroic action was declared. Broodlings are never taken into account when working out if an army is reduced to 25% or if it is broken. Broodlings have the following profile: move 10, fight 2, strength 3, defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage and intelligence both of 8, plus spider, Dogaldor, warrior, infantry, beast, and swarm. They have fangs and poisoned attacks and swift movement.
Did she lose an attack? Was she always 2 attacks?
Oh my god, she's 2 attacks? No, I'm fairly sure she was 3.
Yeah, I thought she was 3 with Monstrous Charge, but 2 with Monstrous Charge.
Yeah, I think you're right. I didn't register that when I read that through.
Okay, now we're getting into the army lists. We've got the Fell Beings of Mirkwood. We've got an army composition of Heroes of Valor, Razgoosh, Spider Queen, Heroes of Fortitude, Orc Captain, Orc Taskmaster, Minor Heroes, Orc Shaman, Independent Heroes, Orc Drum, Warriors, Orc Warrior with all the fixings, Mordor Warg Rider with all of the options, Orc Tracker, Mirkwood Giant Spider, Mirkwood Hunting Spider, Bats Hunting Spider, Bat Swarm, and Fell Warg. Fell Beings of Mirkwood Army must always include Razgoosh, who is the Army General. We've got special rules: Through the Forest. There's definitely like a song about that, right? They can't go under the forest bend. They can't.
Oh, that one. We're going on a bear hunt.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking of like a Through the Woods reference, but more into the woods. But anyway, I then realized there was a better reference to make. So Through the Forest, a special rule that sparks much debate. Friendly infantry models gain the woodland creature special rule. The much debate was what it was. Anyway, was what, because I took forever to read it. We've got Death to the Elves. Friendly models gain the Hatred Elf special rule, and the War Leader. While engaged in combat with an elf model, Razgoosh gains +1 bonus to his fight value.
Sorry, I still can look in. Does that make him fight 7?
It sure does.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, Assault on Lothlorien. Heroes of Valor are Musga, Durzag, and Ashrak. Heroes of Fortitude are the Mordor Orc Captain, Mordor Orc Shaman, Moria Goblin Captain, Moria Goblin Shaman, and the Wild Warg Chieftain. For warriors, we've got Mordor Orc Warrior, Mordor Orc Warg Riders, and Orc Trackers, Moria Goblin Warriors, Moria Goblin Prowlers, the Warg Marauder, Mirkwood Spider, and the Mirkwood Giant Spider, and the Mirkwood Hunting Spider, as well as Bat Swarms. Assault on Lothlorien must always contain Musga, who is always the army general. Assault on Lothlorien must always contain at least 1 unique goblin hero. Spider models may only be included in Durzag's or Ashrak's warbands. The army may not include more goblin models than orc models. Cover of Darkness. A game using this army list automatically takes place at night using the Fighting at Night special rules. Ruthless Savagery. Friendly orc and goblin models gain a bonus of +1 to wound when making strikes against an enemy model that is outnumbered in combat.
They lost the reroll to magic, which is unsurprising because everything that had a reroll to cast has lost that, I think. We've got the Army of Dunland. We've got Heroes of Valor, Thryden, Wolfsbane. You've got Heroes of Fortitude, Guroth, Ironskin, Frida Tallspear, the Wildman, Oathmaker, Dunlanding Chieftain. We've got Warriors, Dunlanding Huskars, Dunlanding Horsemen, and Wildmen of Dunland with all of the attached upgrades. And we've got Crebain. The army must always include Thryden, who is the army's general. And then we've got Death to the Forgoyle. I think that's how you pronounce that. Anyway, friendly Dunlanding models gain the Hatred Rohan special rule. We've got Dunlanding Pride. Dunlanding banners have a range of 6 and must be painted as a ring. Just kidding. So 6-inch banners. Dunlanding Warcry. Once per game at the start of any fight phase, Thryden may use the special rule, so as long as he's alive and on the battlefield. If he does, till the end of the turn, friendly Dunlanding warriors within 12 inches of Thryden gain +1 bonus to wound when making strikes. I think it's
Nice.
basically the
Fortitude,
exact
big.
same.
All right, the Variags of Khand. Hero of Valor, we've got the Khandish King. Hero of Fortitude, we have the Khandish Chieftain. For Warriors, we have the Khandish Warrior, the Khandish Horseman, and the Khandish Charioteer. A Variags of Khand army must always contain a Khandish King, who is always the army's general. Khandish Horsemen and Khandish Charioteers do not count towards the army's bow limit. The High King of Khand. The Khandish King, that is your general, gains an additional might point. Additionally, so long as he is alive and on the battlefield, your general counts as a banner for the purposes of victory points. Oh, that's quite nice. Khandish Fury. Once per game, at the start of any fight phase, you can declare that you are using this ability as long as there is at least one friendly hero model alive and on the battlefield. If you do, then until the end of the turn, friendly warrior models that are within 3 inches of a friendly hero model gain a bonus of +1 to their fight value. Ooh, taking them to fight 5. That's gross.
Yeah. And here we go, Farharad, Ben. I actually really like this.
Harad. Harad.
We've got the Heroes of Valor, the Mahood King, Heroes of Fortitude, the Mahood Taskmaster or Tribesmaster. We've got Warriors, Mahood Raiders, and Half Trolls. A Farharad army must always include a Mahood King, who is the army's general. Warrior Pride, Mahood Warrior models within 6 inches of a Mahood Hero. Model engaged in combat, automatic fast courage test they're required to make. Revel in Death. If your general slays an enemy hero in combat until the end of the turn, friendly Mahood Warrior models within 6 inches of general gain +1 bonus to their fight. Not very as impressive as the Harad thing or the Varags of Khan thing. And then we've got Battle Frenzy. Whenever a Mahood model suffers a wound, roll a d6. On a natural 6, the wound is ignored. It's pretty okay.
Ooh. Nice.
Definitely a fun army.
All right, the Ravagers of the Shire. We've got, for Heroes of Fortitude, Golfimble, the Orc Captain, Mordor Orc Captain, and a Mordor Orc Shaman. He's a Hero of Fortitude, that's so sad. Warriors, we've got Orc Warrior, Mordor Warg Rider, and a Hill Troll. Ooh, that's fun. Ravagers of the Shire army must always contain Golfimble, who is always the army's general. Golfimble's Rage. Golfimble may declare a heroic combat each turn for free. That's fun.
As a fight for model. Love it.
Courage from Ignorance. Whilst Golfimble is alive and on the battlefield, Orc models gain a bonus of +1 to any courage test they are required to take. Overwhelm the Foe. Friendly Orc models gain a bonus of +1 to wound when making strikes against an enemy model that is outnumbered in combat.
This would be a funny army to do. It's a shame Golfimble's model is absolutely atrocious, but
Yeah.
I also think it's terrible, but it would be a fun
Yeah,
army.
again, 350 points. There you go. Play it then.
All right, here we go. The Spider Queen's Brood, I believe, is our last army. We've got army composition. It's very complicated. We've got the Spider Queen for Heroes of Valor. We've got Warriors of Mirkwood Giant Spider, Mirkwood Hunting Spider, Bat Swarm, and Felwarg. The Spider Queen's Brood must always contain the Spider Queen, who is the army's general. Friendly models can pick up objective markers even though they have the beast keyword, a new addition. That wasn't added in the original publication of this rules, which was very funny. Then we've got some special rules. We've got Beasts of the Forest. Warbands from this army do not need a hero to lead them if they number 6 or more models. Instead, one warrior from within the warband takes the role of the warband captain for purposes of deployment. Warbands without the hero model leading them may not include more than 12 models. We've got Worse Other Webs. After both sides are deployed, but before the first turn begins, a player using this army list may place four 25mm web markers on the board. Web markers cannot be set up within 3 inches of an enemy model or an objective marker, and cannot be set up within 6 inches of the edge of the board or 9 inches of another web marker. Any non-spider model within 3 inches of a web marker is considered to be in difficult terrain. Additionally, spider models do not need line of sight to charge an enemy model within 3 inches of a web marker. We've got Protect.
That's nice.
It's such a cool special rule. I do think it's hilariously. I think it makes the Dwarf Rangers get their like +1 to wound or whatever the special rule is. They're good at fighting in webs. Protect the Queen. Whenever the Spider Queen suffers a wound, before any fate rolls are made, she may roll a d6. On a 3+, she may choose a single friendly spider model within 1 inch to immediately suffer the wound instead of her. We've got Pounce. When a friendly spider model charges an enemy infantry model, they gain to the knock to the ground bonus as if they were cavalry. This bonus is lost if they're subsequently charged by an enemy cavalry model. And then we've got the Queen's Cunning. If the Spider Queen declares a heroic move in the same turn as an enemy hero and subsequently loses the roll-off to see which heroic move will go first, she may choose to cancel her heroic move and regain the point of might used.
That's so good.
It's so cool. It's definitely nice.
I really like this.
Yeah, it's definitely nice for an army that that only has 3 might.
Yeah, and this is like a fun, flavorful spider army. I think it's really cool, actually. I think it's my favorite legacy army. Favorite legacy evil army, specifically.
Sure, okay, yeah. I was just trying to think of all the good ones to... Yeah, I think
there are some more fun good ones.
I think that's probably true. I think the legacy evil is sort of better in the sense of it's adding some of the other characters and profiles back to already established thing, where the legacy good was sort of more fun or better to add new different army lists. Obviously, I'm excited about the Far Harad army list and some of those other ones, but yeah. Whew, well, Ben, this was a
meaty episode,
a seriously substantial one. So I think
perhaps it has Dominant 2.
It definitely would have Dominant 2. God damn it, so good. All right, well, unless there's anything else you want to say, I think we can probably sign off this episode.
No, I think that's it.
All right, well, thank you for sticking it out to the end. If you have, if you have, and you want to, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, all of that social media-y stuff, please consider doing that. And we'll be back in 2 short weeks with some more episodes. Thank you for listening to Gondor Calls for Ale. We hope you have enjoyed this episode. We, at Gondor Calls for Ale, are officially sponsored by the Baron of Dice, the producer of premium wargaming dice. These beautifully hand-swirled resin dice have no microbubbles and are therefore perfectly balanced. With over 3,000 variants and unique designs, nearly every tabletop gaming system is represented. So check out the description of this episode for a link and a discount code. Go buy yourself some new dice and let the good times roll. We at Gondor Calls for Ale are not associated with Games Workshop, New Line Cinema, or the Tolkien Estate. We hope we have not misrepresented or offended anyone. These recordings are strictly recollections of games we've played and are not commentaries on the character or competence of our opponents. They are intended purely for entertainment, and we hope they will be taken as such. You can find us on Patreon, see the link in the description. Supporting Gondor Calls for Ale there helps us continue to produce these episodes. You can find us on Instagram at Gondor_calls_for_ale. Feel free to send us a message there. Or on Facebook as Gondor Calls for Ale, another great place to send us a message. Or you can send us an email at gondorcallsforale@gmail.com. As Boromir, Captain of the White Tower, once said, remember today, listener, today this episode was good.